The Dardanians, like many ancient civilizations, developed a rich tapestry of spiritual beliefs and practices. Their worldview was deeply intertwined with their environment, reflecting the natural landscapes and challenges of the Balkan region. Central to their spirituality was the reverence for nature, including mountains, rivers, and forests, which they regarded as imbued with divine forces. These sacred elements provided not only material sustenance, but also spiritual guidance. Their polytheistic belief system included a pantheon of deities that governed various aspects of life. Subscribing is free, but it might just make you 10% cooler. These gods and goddesses were often associated with natural elements, such as fertility, storms, and agriculture. Rituals dedicated to these deities were an integral part of Dardanian society, ensuring bountiful harvests, protection from enemies, and overall prosperity. The Dardanians believed that maintaining harmony with the divine was essential for the survival of their community. An essential aspect of their beliefs was the worship of ancestors. The Dardanians held that their forebears continued to watch over and influence the living. Burial sites were treated with great respect, often located near settlements to maintain a close connection with the deceased. Ceremonies and offerings to honor ancestors were conducted regularly, reinforcing familial and communal bonds. In addition to their reverence for ancestors, the Dardanians were influenced by the mythologies of neighboring cultures, such as the Greeks and Thracians. These interactions enriched their own mythology, introducing new narratives and deities into their spiritual framework. The integration of foreign elements demonstrated their adaptability and openness to external influences, ensuring the evolution of their belief system. Hit subscribe, and you might just unlock a secret about this channel. The Dardanians considered certain locations within their territory as sacred and endowed with spiritual significance. Mountains were often seen as the dwelling places of powerful deities, while caves served as sites for rituals and initiations. Rivers, viewed as life-giving forces, were believed to be connected to divine entities, and rituals involving water were common in Dardanian spiritual practices. One of the most sacred rituals was the seasonal festival celebrating fertility and renewal. These ceremonies, often held in spring, symbolized the rejuvenation of the land and the community. Offerings of food, drink, and crafted items were made to the deities, accompanied by music, dance, and communal feasting. These gatherings not only honored the gods, but also strengthened social cohesion. Animal sacrifices were another prominent aspect of Dardanian rituals. Livestock, particularly cattle and sheep, were offered to the gods to ensure divine favor. These sacrifices were accompanied by prayers and invocations, with priests and shamans serving as intermediaries between the people and the divine. The remains of the sacrifices were often buried or burned, symbolizing the transfer of the offering to the spiritual realm. The role of the shaman or priest was crucial in Dardanian society. These spiritual leaders were believed to possess the ability to communicate with the gods and interpret their will. They guided the community in performing rituals, offered counsel during crises, and acted as healers. Their knowledge of herbs and natural remedies further cemented their importance in both spiritual and practical matters. The mythology of the Dardanians included a pantheon of deities and legendary figures, each with unique attributes and domains. Central to their belief system was the god of the sky, who wielded control over weather and celestial phenomena. This deity was often invoked during times of drought or storms, reflecting the Dardanians' reliance on agriculture and their respect for natural forces. Another prominent figure in Dardanian mythology was the goddess of fertility and the earth. Representing life and abundance, she was associated with agriculture, childbirth, and the cycles of nature. Statues and carvings of this goddess have been discovered in archaeological sites, suggesting her widespread veneration. Her worship was particularly important during planting and harvest seasons, ensuring the sustenance of the community. The Dardanians also believed in spirits and guardian entities that protected specific locations or individuals. Forests, rivers, and mountains were thought to be inhabited by these spirits, who could bless or curse those who entered their domains. To gain their favor, the Dardanians performed offerings and rituals, ensuring safe passage or bountiful yields. Mythological heroes also played a significant role in Dardanian lore. These figures, often depicted as warriors or leaders, symbolized bravery, wisdom, and the triumph of good over evil. Their tales were passed down through oral tradition, inspiring generations of Dardanians to emulate their virtues. These stories not only entertained, but also reinforced moral and cultural values. The Dardanians preserved their myths, beliefs, and histories through a robust oral tradition. Unlike civilizations that relied on written records, the Dardanians passed their knowledge from generation to generation through storytelling, songs, and rituals. This method of preservation allowed their culture to remain vibrant and adaptable, despite external influences and challenges. Storytellers, known as bards or griots, played a vital role in this tradition. These individuals were revered for their ability to weave tales that captured the essence of Dardanian mythology and history. Their performances, often accompanied by music and rhythmic chants, were communal events that brought people together. These gatherings served not only as entertainment, but also as a way to instill cultural values and historical awareness. The fluidity of oral tradition allowed Dardanian myths to evolve over time. New characters and narratives were introduced as the society encountered external cultures or experienced significant events. This adaptability ensured that their mythology remained relevant, reflecting the changing realities of their world while preserving its core themes and values. However, the reliance on oral tradition also presented challenges. The absence of written records meant that details could be lost or altered over time, making it difficult to reconstruct the original narratives. Despite this, the Dardanians' oral tradition succeeded in keeping their cultural identity alive, serving as a testament to their creativity and resilience. For the Dardanians, warfare was not only a means of defense and conquest, but also a deeply spiritual endeavor. Battles were seen as opportunities to honor the gods, gain their favor, and demonstrate the warriors' commitment to their community and faith. Before engaging in combat, rituals and prayers were conducted to invoke divine protection and guidance. Weapons and armor were often imbued with spiritual significance. Warriors believed that their equipment carried the blessings of the gods, making them invincible in battle. Swords, shields, and helmets were adorned with symbols and inscriptions intended to invoke divine power. These artifacts were not only tools of war, but also sacred items that reflected the warrior's spiritual devotion. The Dardanians also viewed fallen warriors with great reverence. Those who died in battle were considered to have made the ultimate sacrifice for their community and faith. Their spirits were believed to ascend to a divine realm where they would continue to protect and guide their people. Ceremonies honoring these fallen heroes were held regularly, reinforcing the connection between spirituality and warfare. The spiritual dimension of warfare extended to the community as well. Victories were celebrated as signs of divine favor, while defeats prompted introspection and renewed rituals to appease the gods. This perspective on warfare underscored the Dardanians' belief in the interconnectedness of the physical and spiritual worlds, shaping their approach to conflict and survival. Burial practices in Dardanian society were deeply symbolic, reflecting their beliefs about life, death, and the afterlife. The dead were interred with great care, often accompanied by grave goods that were believed to aid them in the next world. These items included weapons, jewelry, tools, and food, symbolizing the deceased's status and their journey into the spiritual realm. The Dardanians constructed burial mounds, known as tumuli, to honor prominent individuals such as chiefs, warriors, and spiritual leaders. These structures were designed to ensure the deceased's eternal connection with their community and the gods. The placement of these mounds near settlements served as a constant reminder of the ancestors' presence and influence. Rituals surrounding death were elaborate and communal. Mourners gathered to perform songs, dances, and offerings that expressed grief while celebrating the deceased's life and contributions. These ceremonies reinforced the bonds between the living and the dead, ensuring that the deceased remained an integral part of the community's spiritual fabric. The Dardanians believed in an afterlife where the soul continued its existence, guided by the ancestors and the gods. This belief provided comfort and purpose, encouraging individuals to live virtuously and honor their obligations to the community. Burial practices, therefore, were not only acts of remembrance, but also expressions of faith in the enduring connection between the mortal and the divine. The Dardanian belief system was shaped by interactions with neighboring cultures, including the Illyrians, Thracians, Greeks, and Romans. These exchanges introduced new ideas and practices that enriched their spiritual and mythological framework while preserving its distinct character. Greek mythology, with its intricate pantheon and narratives, had a notable impact on the Dardanians. Deities such as Zeus and Athena found parallels in Dardanian mythology, influencing their depictions of divine figures. Greek art and literature also inspired the Dardanians, leading to the creation of local interpretations of Greek myths. Roman conquest brought new dimensions to Dardanian spirituality. While Roman religion initially clashed with local beliefs, it eventually led to syncretism, blending Roman and Dardanian traditions. This fusion created unique religious expressions that reflected the region's complex history and identity. The influence of neighboring cultures highlighted the Dardanians' openness to external ideas, while affirming their commitment to preserving their spiritual heritage. The spiritual and mythological traditions of the Dardanians left a lasting legacy that continues to intrigue historians and archaeologists. Their reverence for nature, ancestors, and the divine offers valuable insights into the values and worldview of this ancient civilization. Modern interpretations of Dardanian beliefs reveal their enduring relevance. Contemporary Balkan cultures still echo themes of ancestor worship, nature veneration, and communal rituals, reflecting the deep-rooted influence of Dardanian spirituality. Folklore, music, and festivals in the region often draw inspiration from ancient practices, keeping their legacy alive. The Dardanians' ability to integrate external influences into their belief system while maintaining their unique identity serves as a testament to their resilience and creativity. Their spiritual practices not only sustained them in their time, but also contributed to the broader tapestry of human cultural and religious history. As we uncover more about the Dardanians, their mythology and beliefs continue to inspire curiosity and admiration. Their legacy reminds us of the richness of ancient spiritual traditions and their power to connect communities across time and space, offering timeless lessons about the human experience.